Hello. Hi there. Stefan Valentine of Beyourvalentines. I just want to give some updates, current events, about the war, about the economy. Just kind of want to start off with, kind of on Nord Stream happened a few days ago, back on the 26th. We had the Nord Stream pipeline blew up, and NATO and our allies want to say it was Russian sabotage, but why would Russia sabotage their own pipeline if it's an income for them? They've already been turning it off slowly, but why would you blow it up? That happened on the 26th. Got a dog. Oh my god. That happened on the 26th, and oh my god, this person died. So that happened on the 26th. The leaks happened on Nord Stream 1 on the 27th. The day after, Poland announces a new pipeline that would stretch from Norway to Poland. Just coincidental. It's going to completely outroute Russia coming from the opposite direction. Yeah, so it's definitely seemed planned. You can look it up yourself if you want. I guess you can maybe try to see about where this pipeline came from Russia to Germany. That's now completely incapacitated. And this new pipeline that comes from Norway to Poland, it's going to be coming the opposite direction, rerouting all the oil. You can find these yourself online. And then not too much long after, we heard of the Crimea bridge was attacked. That blew up. Again, people are saying it's sabotage again. Saying Russia blew up their own bridge. Again, why would you cut off one of the biggest bridges from Russia to Crimea? There's no point really in doing that. Let's see, where is it? So this Crimea, supposedly they've captured some people. News came, at least 7 people were reported to kill. No. The FSB security forces, 5 of those held were Russian, while the others were Ukrainian and Armenian. It says Kiev was behind the attack, but Ukrainian officials describe Russian investigation as nonsense. Let's see. The blast on the Crimea bridge was powerful, symbolic blow to Russian Vladimir Putin. He opened the bridge in 2018, 4 years after Russia's annexation of Crimea. President Vladimir Putin called it an act of terrorism aimed to destroy a critical important piece of Russian civil infrastructure. FSB officials said the blast was organized by the main intelligence directorate of the Ukrainian Ministry of Defense its head, Kroylov Bodivanov. I'm probably butchering it, sorry. Its staff and agents. They allege the explosion had been hidden in a roll of plastic film and taken in a roundabout route from the Ukrainian port of Odessa, the first by the Sea of Bulgaria and then Georgia, and then driven a lorry overland into Russia via Armenia. But a spokesman from the directory, Andrei Yoslov, rubbished the Russian accusations. All activities of the FSB Russian Investigation Committee are nonsense, he told Ukrainian media. They are fake they are fake structures which serve the Putin regime. We are definitely not going to comment on their latest announcements. Russian forces retaliated on Monday with a wave of missile strikes across the country on the central Kyiv, killing 19 people. So why would Russia blow up their own thing that's taken out one of the routes they can easily bring forces in with? That same day that the bridge blew up, coincidentally, Ukraine put out celebration bridge explosion stamps. Ukrainian post office has already announced several series of new stamps celebrating the destruction of the Crimea Bridge. Images of new stamps were released just hours after the attack of the bridge, along with a giant replica stamp featuring an artist's rendition of the attack. The postage stamp included a photo of Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet capturing characters from the Titanic in the iconic pose, while pieces destroyed the bridge are falling to pieces. Here's one photo. I'm hoping I'm holding these in good frame. Maybe there's a better one, but here's another one. Let's see. It was decided to use a scene from the famous movie was just as the myth of an unsinkable steamship spread, so the Russian built the myth of the Crimean Bridge is a symbol of its eternal connection to Ukrainian Crimea with Russia. The Ukrainian post office said the giant stamp people can pose in front of a burning bridge, with many using it as an opportunity to mock Russian President Vladimir Putin and its Russian military. This is just the latest release of the war-related stamps by Ukraine at its start of the war, stamps depicting the sacrifice of troops on Stake Island who said Russian warship Go F Yourself was released. Yeah, so again, we're blaming Russia, but they put out celebration stamps. So why would you call it sabotage? And then that's saying it's a bad thing. And then you put out stamps. Ukrainian government put out stamps celebrating it, and people are celebrating it there as if it's a good thing, and it works to your advantage. That doesn't make much sense. Also, Russia is retaliating over all that, sending missiles into cities. Yeah, people would call it maybe a false flag, or maybe he's retaliating. was a lot of reports of nuclear train command was heading towards Ukraine last week. Russia's submarine capable of launching Poseidon torpedoes that would explode nuclear bombs off the coastline and send radiated tsunami that disappeared or went under, left port. I forgot how many it can carry, but it could carry like 8 or 10 or something like that. It's ramping up. Places, I believe, in like Finland are, I want to say they're renovating nuclear bomb shelters. Ukraine is handing out potassium iodine to people. They're getting ready for nuclear war. Putin's already said if the homeland was ever threatened, he would resort to using nuclear weapons, and changed his mind to where if any part of his territory was to be taken, even now that he claims that parts of Ukraine are his now, that he would use nuclear weapons. This isn't to say that it will be really huge ones, but I mean, we have tactical ones that you can strap to jets, you can put in rocket launchers, you can do small stuff, but it doesn't mean that we're not going to be seeing nuclear weapons anytime soon. I think we are potentially going to be seeing it very soon. All the countries are preparing right now. The U.S. put in for a new drug. Can't remember what it is, but I'll try to look it up. Let's see. There's radiation. End plate. Yeah. Let's see. So, Monday, October 10th, while the United States has recently ordered a 290 million supplies of drug meant to treat radiation sickness, federal health officials says it's not cause for alarm. It's coincidental that the order of Nplays made by pharmaceutical company Engate comes with as Russian Vladimir Putin is making nuclear threats, saying officials at the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. On Monday morning, Putin has ordered several missile strikes against at least 10 cities across Ukraine, hitting the capital of Kiev and other areas far from the front line. Despite these developments, U.S. purchase of Nplate is a part of a long-standing, ongoing efforts by administrative strategic preparedness and response to better prepare the U.S. from potential health impacts of wide range of threats of national security, according to an HHS news release. Purchases for about 50,000 courses of the drug. That's not enough for the United States. We're close to war with Russia. One thing I heard about this is that these vaccines will come in too. They'll cost up to $1,000. Of course, you are not going to get it, or will I. These are probably for politicians, government officials, rich people. I've been seeing this come for a long time. I started prepping probably like 5-6 years ago, and just because I knew something was leading up to where it was eventually going to be against Russia and China, and all their allies. There was just military movements, government purchasing thousands of gas masks, preparing for lights out, military drills, as if we are having a complete power outage, lots of things. I think we're there, and that's why I want to speak out about this. I spoke out about COVID before it came out. People called me conspiracy theorist. I saw what was going on in China. Most of the Western media wasn't showing it at all, and was trying to dampen it down, not people panic. I told everybody, my family, to go to the store 2 weeks before the stores ran out, because I knew there would be panic. And then a week later, the stores ran out. People were going crazy. I know it was bad in some places, and I know people died. I definitely disagreed with some of the government decisions to lock people down, restrict people's freedoms, take people's rights away. But anyways, it happened. But I just want to warn people that I think this is the next thing to prepare yourself for, along with the economy. We're watching all the stock markets crash. At least they are falling to 2-year lows. They're dropping. NASDAQ 2-year low. Dow Jones below 30. So it's just not looking good. European banks telling to sell all. Yeah, I don't think it's looking good. What happened after the Great Depression is they had to start a war to get the economy running again. There's always a war about, I believe, every 20 years. If it's a plan, I don't know if it's what they always are planning to do, but I just want people to get ready, get prepared. I believe we will be seeing nukes fly, some sort of that happening very soon. So I just wanted to get that out there. Thank you guys. This is Beyourvalentines, Stephen Valentine. Thank you guys.